And so I don't know if we've talked about what this model is at the beginning. This is the electric utility building out fiber optic infrastructure for their own internal operational benefits with excess capacity made available to an anchor tenant who then leases access to that fiber and provides high performance connectivity, in this case, symmetric gigabit, to the residents and businesses. At Springfield, Missouri, that anchor tenant is CenturyLink, now Lumen, who again is now utilizing that fiber to provide the connectivity that Jeff spoke with to, that leads to that economic development thesis, but also all those critically important services that we rely on every day. This is our second network that we built, that we led at the Broadband Group. The first was Huntsville, Alabama, which was successfully completed about 2 years ago. The city-owned electric utility, Huntsville Utilities, built out their network, 1,000 miles of fiber for their own internal operational needs, essentially turning a cost center into a revenue-generating asset when Google Fiber came along and said, we want to lease access to your fiber so that we can more efficiently meet the residents and businesses of that city. That network was successfully completed, but what's interesting about it is that we didn't have the digital tools that we have there in Springfield. We didn't have render at that time. And that's what I really wanted to highlight, the juxtaposition of how that network was completed versus what we're able to complete there at Springfield. And the Broadband Group is using render in our other projects. I should add, we have no formal alignment with render. We have no formal alignment with any service provider. We have no formal alignment with anybody. We act independently on behalf of the projects and we represent, but render continues to earn a seat at the table. I remember when we first met render. My senior vice president, Frank Newsom, there in Huntsville, Alabama, we sat on the presentation of what render said that they could do. And I had called Frank, who's much more experienced certainly than I was, about 30 years at Comcast. I said, what do you think of this technology? He said, well, if they can do everything they say they can do, it will be great, but that remains to be seen. Well, it remains to be seen, and they have performed exceptionally well. We're very proud of the alignment. And when you look at the success that we're having in Springfield, there's obviously no singular reason why a network of this size and scale is able to achieve completion at the pace and at the success that we are accomplishing. It's a sum of the parts, but I'll tell you, render is very much a part of that equation.